Hey guys, welcome back to Banter with Brooke. Thank you for joining me this week. As you can tell by that sigh I just gave, my mood's a little annoyed. And you want to know why? As you can see from the title, that is why. I also worked all day, so I'm a little bit tired, but dude, my hair is giving curly whirly. Anyway, being hateful to others is ruining your life. Okay, wait, let me even finish the intro. Thank you for clicking on this video. My name is Brooke. I'm the host of this podcast. And that's the end of the intro. I don't really know. I didn't really need to add that. But as you guys know, if you're not new here, I've mentioned in other episodes that literally my number one pet peeve is judgmental people. People who judge people for no reason. I'm not talking about people who don't like somebody because they are a horrible person. I'm talking about people who just judge and make fun of others for absolutely no reason. And I just feel like there's so much hate in the world. And I don't know if you could tell by my sigh or my voice or the way my eyes look right now. I have been crying because I'm just so beyond frustrated. Frustrated doesn't even cut it how I am feeling right now with the state of the world and the country. I just don't understand how everybody's so hateful. Like, how do we get everybody on the same page? I don't understand how. And it's so hard because when there's so many people in the world and in the country, it's nearly impossible to get everybody on the same page. But you would think that it wouldn't be possible you would think that it would be possible to get everybody on the same page, because the page I'm talking about is being kind to everyone and being empathetic and being there for each other. But no, everybody, a majority of people have just this underlying hate in their soul, and it is making you miserable. So the first thing I wrote down is every time you walk by someone and make fun of them, a part of you dies. And genuinely, like, you are just feeding into your ego every time. Next thing I wrote down, you don't get any points for walking around feeling like you're better than people. Like, genuinely, what the hell do you, like, who do you feel like? The fact that you just feel so comfortable and confident to go up to, like, not even, usually people don't say things to somebody's face because they know it's bad to say and they know it's rude. But, like, you do not get any points for walking by somebody and thinking that you're better than them and making a comment to yourself or to your friend about their outfit or their shape or their size, or like, who actually asked and who are you? Like, genuinely, you are not better than anyone for whatever reason. Whether you think you're better looking than them, whether you think you're like, oh, well, I have more money than them. Okay, that doesn't make you better than them. Like, our world in our country, it's sad that people do think they're better than people when they have more money, because society makes us feel like money is the only way that we can achieve things or do things we want. Like, money is literally like a lot of people's driving factors in life. And I hate that we even let society get this far, made ourselves think that like money is the answer, Sorry, I want to tilt this down like a tiny bit. That was kind of too much. Okay. But like, why did we even get to this point? Who thought to get us to this point? I really don't know. But, like, you don't understand how much it infuriates me. Like I said, for any reason, when someone thinks they're better than them. Newsflash, you're not. We are all human beings living on this earth the same exact, like, it doesn't matter if you have different status, different, if you are in a higher tax bracket, if you like, you are not better. You're really not. Like, please get your ego in check. And it's so annoying being, and this is not you. I actually hate that I'm about to even say this because I don't want to sound like because I'm not above at all. Me like saying this, you're probably feeling like, oh, I'm putting people down, whatever. I'm not trying to put anybody down in any way. It just makes me so upset because I just want everybody to be good people. I'm not trying to like put myself above them, but it's like I've done so much healing and growing and reflecting. Like I have done so much in like my spiritual journey. Like I've tried and I'm continuing to try every day to become a better person. Like I am putting the work in. I am not fucking perfect and I have never claimed to be perfect. I will take accountability. I've definitely made fun of people before. I've definitely said horrible things. I've definitely thought that I was better than somebody else for X, Y, and Z. Who knows the reason? But I am doing the spiritual growth. Have you ever heard kill the ego, feed the soul? I am working every day to kill the ego and just be a human being. And that's just why I think I get so frustrated because of all the work I've done. And a lot of times, of course, people don't want to do the work and whatever. Everybody learns things at their own pace, whatever, which is why I'm trying to make this video. Because even if this inspires one person watching this to become a better human being, I did my job. Like, I just hate how rude people are. Like, it is so horrible. And another thing I wanted to touch on is what is going on in this country. And I honestly don't really care if it loses me some subscribers or if you guys think differently of me. I don't care. I want to stand up for what's right. And I truly believe that what is going on in this country right now is absolutely disgusting. And I don't understand how anybody can view ICE going into all these people's homes and just tearing families apart. I don't understand how anybody can look at that and be like, yes, we're getting the immigrants out of here. Like, how do you view it from that perspective? How do you not just see these poor families getting torn apart? And you just have no empathy in the slightest because you don't care because they are not the same race as you and they're illegal immigrants, which they're not even targeting illegal immigrants, but that's a whole other conversation. I am honestly not the best spokesperson, to be honest, because I really am not that educated. I do the best I can, but I am a very big empath. I feel things so deeply. I literally, like I said, was just crying before filming this, talking about and thinking about this topic because it eats me alive. So I really try to limit how many things I look at politically, which this shouldn't even be politics. Like, this is literally like human beings, but it falls under politics, I guess. I try not to look at it because I go through a dilemma in my head because I try not to look at it because it genuinely like ruins my day. Like it genuinely ruins my day and it makes me feel so angry and sad and helpless because I feel like I want to do something. I want to help. And that is why when I do see things and then that's my other dilemma is I want to help. So I need to be educated. I need to know what's going on. And so I am listening. I am listening. I am reposting videos when I can because I do think it's important to spread information and to stay educated. So I go through a battle. I'm like, I need to stay educated, but it's also destroying it's making me have terrible anxiety. But I just think Donald Trump is genuinely a horrible person. And I just don't understand why everybody can't just love everybody. Like, it is crazy. And again, I'm trying not to get too political here. I feel like I already kind of just did and crossed that line, but I feel like I have to touch on it because again, I feel like it is so important to spread information and to be educated. But again, I don't know a lot of like specific like statistics or actual proof or evidence of things. So if you want to learn, which I highly recommend everyone does learn and educate themselves, even on both sides, so you can gather what's going on, educate yourself about what's going on in this country because it is so important to know. But the next thing I wrote down is, what do you get from being hateful? And I actually wonder this so much because when I look back on, like I said, I am not perfect how I used to be or how I've definitely said things that are hateful in the past. The version of me that was saying all those hateful things was genuinely a depressed, miserable bitch. So it's like, oh, well, now that makes sense because you were not doing right up here. So you're projecting. And that's what it always is. It's projecting. But again, really ask yourself this question. If you notice yourself being judgmental or hateful, what are you gaining? And the real genuine answer is nothing. You're not gaining a single thing. Even if you can find something that you think you're gaining, you're not. Because again, you don't get points for thinking you're better than anyone or for making fun of anyone. So you being hateful, you gain hurting somebody's feelings. Like you just hurt someone else's feelings and affected somebody else's day to what? Make yourself laugh for 2 seconds, which again, if you laugh at at the expense of other people, you are a bad person. And it's so hard making videos like this because I always say this, the people who want to hear this are already doing the work themselves. People who know this already, that being hateful is ruining your life, being hateful is, they're already trying to do the work. It's the people, because I truly believe, I think I said this in another episode recently, I truly believe that people can change. People have changed, people can, and people will change, but not everybody wants to. So people can change and grow. They definitely can, and they definitely do all the time. That's why I don't really like cancel culture, because people definitely change and grow, and canceling somebody over a mistake or something in the past. Because like I said, nobody is perfect. Everybody's done things they regret. So it's like you're gonna cancel somebody. Obviously, there's things that I think are unforgivable. Like if you have, I don't know if I can say this on YouTube. So if you have SA'd someone, or if you have like physically abused somebody or things like that, I think that's not even cancelable. That's just you are a horrible person and should be in jail. But being hateful, like making fun of people and stuff, like people can change and grow and realize that that's not a nice thing to do. But the people who make fun of people still aren't going to care, because they're going to just think I'm just being, oh, she's such a pussy. She's so insensitive. Like, she's so sensitive. Everybody, like, that is a crazy thing that I love when people say. It's like, oh, this generation is so soft nowadays. Like, you can't say anything. Like, everybody's so, it's like, why does it bother you that society is trying to cancel people for saying horrible things? I love that people are being held accountable. I don't necessarily, like I said, certain things I don't think should be canceled. I think just a nice little call out, calling them out, and then whatever. Things like that, I think are fine, because I think it's important to hold people accountable. And maybe now that people are getting canceled, other people are going to want to be better, even if they still act like that in their personal lives. Online, they're going to act better in fears of being canceled. So I just think, but those people, like I said, I keep like going off topic. The people who want to change will, but the people who cannot take accountability and don't see that they're doing anything wrong, unfortunately, will not change. And so the people who, what do you get for being hateful? They get a laugh out of it, but they think it's funny, so they're not going to change it. Because again, the problem, I think being selfish goes hand in hand with being hateful. And I'm not talking about selfish in the sense of like putting yourself first and taking care of your needs before somebody else's. Being selfish is, what I mean by that is what's going on in this country, for example. I think a lot of people don't care what's happening because it doesn't affect them. And that's what I mean by selfish. People are, I guess self-absorbed is the word. Self-absorbency, is that a word? Goes hand in hand with being hateful. Because when you only care about yourself and your friends and your family, and you don't care to make fun of other people or be racist or homophobic towards other people because it doesn't affect you or your friends or your family, that is very giving selfish, very self-absorbed, very disgusting. And that is the problem with a lot of people. They only care when it affects them. And that's a pretty shitty thing to do. This just gets me every time. How are you going to be a cheater and homophobic and all these things, but also be religious? Like, I don't understand. I think every religion also is like basically saying the same type of things, but just like in different formats. But it's like, I saw a TikTok and it was like, how are you going to make fun of me? I reposted it because it's like literally, how are you going to hate on me and make fun of me for believing that astrology is real, but then you believe in a man in the sky that genuinely cares if two boys kiss each other? And it's like, literally, how the hell is my belief in astrology so out there, but the fact that you think that there's a God up there that cares if you're gay, you're not going to go to heaven if you're gay, I think that's insane. And also, it's like, how can you be like, Jesus literally didn't judge anyone. Like, Jesus literally helped the poor, helped the disabled. Like, he didn't judge anybody for who they are. And so it's just crazy because it's like, how are you going to be hateful towards other people for whatever it is, for their sexuality, for their race, for whatever, but also say that you're a Christian? It's like, how? They would not, like, it's like they pick and choose what sin is fine and what's not. Because they're like, oh, being gay is a sin. Oh, all this stuff. It's like, okay, and you underage drink, you drink and drive, you cheat on your loved one, you have sex before marriage. So it's like, and you still think you're good, and they still think they're going to go to heaven, but they think somebody who kissed the same gender isn't going to go to heaven. It's like, okay, it just doesn't make sense. Next thing I wrote down, I literally think I say in every episode, love other humans. Like, I actually do not understand how people don't. I truly, why? How are people genuinely racist? How do you hate someone because they're a different race than you? I don't understand why people get so bothered by other people's lives. Like, love each other, seriously. Not just your friends and family. Love, dude, that is like my favorite thing about being alive, is I love talking and getting to know, or talking with and getting to know strangers. I love when I meet people who are different than me. It's so fulfilling, and it, like, I'm so interested in other cultures and other ways of living. Like, I think that is so cool that we all get to be here on this floating rock in space, which that's a whole other thing that I can't even wrap my head around. Like, why are we worried about taxes and money and people's race? We are literally little tiny specks on a moving ball in the Milky Way. And literally, we're in the Milky Way. There's like multiple other galaxies and universes and everything. So it's like, why are we even worried about what somebody's fucking wearing, or what somebody looks like, or what somebody acts like? That's the what I'm talking about. The ego. Kill that shit. It's not that deep. It's not that deep to hate somebody else. Like, I don't understand what, like, I actually would not be able to go to sleep at night the way that some of these people think. It's like, you've got to be out of your mind. Anyway, I wrote this down. Why do people have hate in their hearts? And I genuinely looked it up. I looked up, why do people have hate in their heart? Because I really wanted to know what people have said. And the first one is feelings of powerlessness, which again, to me, is a whole other situation, because why do people want power so badly? That shit's crazy to me too. And that's why a lot of things have gone wrong in this world and in the country, but mainly the whole world. There's been so many things throughout history that have gone wrong because of people searching for power. And it's like, again, nobody's better than anybody else. Like the fact that we even give people power, because again, that's what fuels their egos and they think they're better and can do things and control other people. It's like, you are a human being just like me. Like you are not special. So it's like, which that's a whole other thing. Yeah. Why do some humans like crave power? But again, so that is a reason why Google said some people have hate in their heart. And again, going with people making fun of people to bring themselves up, that's because they feel like they need to have power, I guess. Next one is past trauma, which again, more understandable why they can have hate if something happened to them in the past and they have resentment towards some people, whatever. But again, it is your job, especially if you are an adult listening to this, but it doesn't really matter any age. It is your job and your job only to heal from your past trauma. You cannot use your trauma as an excuse to be racist, be hateful, be mean to others. You have to deal with that shit and figure it out. It is not easy to unlearn certain patterns and do the work, but you can't use that as an excuse ever. But that is what Google said, why the second reason why people have hate in their hearts. Another thing is fueled by social and cultural influences, which this is a big one because, yeah, people, especially teenagers, are very influenced by their peers. So whatever everybody thinks is cool, honestly, even adults too, people just want to naturally fit in with everybody else. So different cultural influences or different social influences, whatever like the majority of the opinion is, a lot of people tend to go towards that. So if somebody's around a lot of people and they all are hating on, like there's a friend here and this whole friend group is making fun of this person and hates this person, that other friend is probably going to join in because that is what they are being influenced to think. So that one makes like the most sense. Next one is distraction from inner pain. Again, people making fun of other people to make themselves laugh. It distracts themselves from, like I said, when I was making fun of people and stuff, I was literally so miserable. I was depressed because the next one right after that is insecurity and low self-esteem. I was so insecure, hated myself, had the lowest self-esteem. And those things also make sense to me why people would have hate if they are insecure. Because again, projecting, like I said earlier, people love to project things onto other people. But just remember that it has nothing to do with you. I mean, they're making it have to do with you because they're making fun of you, but it is all what they're feeling in their own heart. It has nothing to do with you. And the last reason I wrote down is political rhetoric, which, we know that. We know a lot of people believe whatever in politically right now, the conservatives are all for this deportation, and a lot of them are racist towards Hispanic people because of this political rhetoric that Donald Trump is putting out there about all of these illegal immigrants. So they have a lot of hate in their heart based on his political rhetoric. But that is the reasons I wrote down why people have hate in their hearts. I'm sure there's more reasons. I'm sure But yeah, another thing I wrote down is hate is a choice. Literally, you choose how you wake up, how you act every single day. The way you view things and everything is a choice, and you have the choice to do the work, to educate yourself, to unlearn certain toxic patterns, to change your opinion. Like, being hateful is a choice, and it is a choice that some people actively make. And that shit's wild. And the last thing he wrote is to do better. Seriously. It is ruining your life to hate others, because from a spiritual perspective, literally, you are completely lowering your vibration. You are, by putting down others, you are sending that energy and that vibe right back to you. What goes out into what you put out into the universe comes back to you. It's literally like a cycle. And so by being hateful to other people, you are putting out that bad negative energy, and it's coming right back to you. So you need to do better, because it is genuinely ruining your life. Not that you can see from, like, you can't see it in front of you, but in the long run and in general, it is ruining your life. You are not reaching your full potential because of all the hate inside of you. Let it go, get rid of it, throw it out, lock it, throw away the key, honey, get rid of it. We do not have room for hate anymore. It is 2025. The fact that there are even still racist people, still homophobic people, still hateful people in general is crazy. I don't understand. Like, actually, and maybe, like I said, it is because I am an empath, but it's like, genuinely, how do you not love everybody? Please, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Let me know, like, I just don't understand how people hate each other. And just really try not to be hateful. And wrapping up this episode here, if you guys are new here, oh my god, ow, okay. If you're new here, I give a little piece of advice or a positive quote or a little motivation at the end of each episode, just to try and end it on a positive note. And I have a little positive quote to end this episode off with. And my mom sent me this Instagram reel of this quote, and I loved it. It might be my favorite piece of advice yet, or my favorite one in a long time. And it is, the life that you want to live and dream of is right behind the shit that you don't want to do. Let me read it again. The life that you want to live and dream of is right behind the shit you don't want to do. For example, doing the work to unlearn toxic behaviors. Your dream life is right behind that. You have to put in the work to get the life you want and dream of. But you have to do the shit you don't want to do to get to where you need to go. You have to make sacrifices. Say, like, for this, for example, sometimes I really don't feel like editing a video or making a video. But guess what? I'm staying consistent to my dreams. And even if you don't want to do something, you have to do it to get to where you want to go, to get to the life you want to live. Or again, being so negative and hateful, to just relate it back to this episode, is holding you back. Genuinely, being hateful is ruining your life. It's holding you back from your dream life. But you have to do the shit you don't want to do, and you have to unlearn your past traumas. You have to boost up that self-esteem. You have to remember that hate is a choice, and you can choose every day to be a better person and put the work in. And so, yeah, I love this quote. I think it stands for itself. Just remember that the life you want to live and dream of is right behind the shit you don't want to do. And everyone can achieve what they want. But yeah, sorry if this episode was a little intense. It's been something that's been on my mind a lot, and I wanted to address it and express it because, again, hateful, judgmental people is my genuine number one pet peeve. And I think everyone should try to just be nicer and be better people, and remember that we are all equal and all humans. And I love everybody watching this, no matter what you think about anything. I love you. And thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Turn the post notifications on the road to 500 subscribers. So it would mean the world if you hit the subscribe button. And comment down below anything you want to add to this video. And also, I would appreciate if you could comment any video suggestions or podcast topic suggestions, because I want to make what you guys want to see. So yeah, thanks again for watching, and I will see you next week for another video. Bye.